What is up, everybody? Welcome back to this commentary. Today we're going to be talking about quite interesting question that really needs to have way longer of a commentary, to be honest. But I'm just going to get into it and just kind of talk about it. So the question I'm kind of putting out there is, do we all want to have all the answers? Like, if you had the opportunity to, know every answer possible that you can imagine, would you want it? So, what does having all the answers really mean? And would we actually want it? Or is it one of those careful what you wish for situations? So let's kind of start off by exploring the appeal. So we've all had moments where we're kind of stuck on something and we think, if only I had the answer. Whether it's, in the exam hall, you're trying to figure out your career, or even understanding just the world's and the life's mysteries. And having all the answers sounds ideal, right? But as tempting as it sounds, there are some reasons why knowing everything might not be the dream we imagine. So curiosity is an underrated superpower. I don't know why I call it a superpower, but the urge to ask questions and the thrill of the chase when finding answers is what drives things like innovation, creativity and growth. There's often a phrase where they say the journey is often better than the destination. And I can kind of agree with that. Some things where I finally achieved what I wanted to, and it was fun achieving it, but really the journey was the fun of it. And if we knew everything, would we still kind of feel motivated to discover or create? Probably not. A lot of these inventions, there was a level of curiosity and not actually having all the answers. And for most people, they probably just think, I can't be arsed. I've got bigger things in life to kind of figure out than trying to solve world water problems, or I don't know, climate, or any issue really. However, curiosity kind of pushes us forward, and if we had all the answers, we might lose that drive, which is not ideal. And I think that with things like AI coming out, whilst it doesn't have all the answers, it's just so much quicker at kind of solving problems. And I do think, are humans going to stop kind of being innovative, really? Which is kind of a weird question. Excuse me. So let's talk about control. So knowing everything can sound like the ultimate control over life. And that makes sense. But it's weird because the more we know, the more we realise how complex and chaotic things are. And having all the answers could actually overwhelm us. I imagine knowing every consequence of every decision you make every single time, like a hyper awareness of all your actions. It would sound stressful, doesn't it? That level of knowledge would probably lead to a bit of analysis paralysis. And it's weird, like, to put it into context, and it sounds random, right? But when I saw videos in like Call of Duty where these hackers, because if you're playing a normal video game like a shooting game, you don't really know exactly when or where your enemies are. You have a general idea, you might hear the sound, but you can't actually see exactly like where their body is at a certain time. Obviously, once you do see them and they see you, then obviously is a bit of skill and a bit of reaction time to see who can kind of shoot each other the first. But most people, you can't really see that. And as aware, you kind of are aware, but you probably aren't as much. And when I saw videos of these people hacking, and they can see every person where they're located. When you have all that knowledge on the map, you can see where all your enemies are. You actually end up being way more aware and it looks a bit more stressful actually, because you know where they all are. But you're probably double probably doubting yourself. You probably think, okay, well, this person's there, this other person's there, what if they see me? And you have way more information to process. So I can see how it can be a bit more stressful if you have all the information. Third point I want to talk about is, we've also all heard about how struggle builds character. And it is cliche, but there is kind of truth to that. So if you know the answers to everything, you never really experience the trials that teach resilience and that maybe lead to empathy and patience. So growth often happens when we face the unknown. And the journey of struggling, making mistakes and finding our way teaches us far more than knowing the answer from the beginning. And you can also look at things like, life itself is one big mystery, right? So when people say, what's the meaning of life? You have so many different answers. And these questions that keep pondering and debating and connecting with each other. So not having answers to these mysteries actually adds, depth to our life. And sometimes it's that mystery that gives life meaning. So if we suddenly had all the answers to all of these, would life feel as rich, or would it even be kind of sort of bland? And this is so true, in terms of like the money kind of situation. You see, people who are born into wealth, and once you're born into that, going, I don't know what those machines are that can ride on water, but all the cool, rich stuff, it just, to them, it's just like nothing, and they never really look even that happy. They just seem like it's just their default setting. Okay, I'm gonna go scuba diving, I don't know where, or go on a massive yacht somewhere. It's just their default setting. So again, are they any more happier? I don't know. I speculate not so. So that's kind of going to be the end. So if having all the answers, is it really a blessing to have all the answers? And really and truly, the reason why I'm kind of talking about this is because for the longest time I have kind of wanted to go and see what they call what's a person called who, like, a mind reader, a fortune teller, whatever you call them, but people you can kind of tell you a bit about your future or what they think is going to be like. Just because you hear stories of people who, especially celebrities, who they said, look, I was rock bottom, I saw this person, they said you're going to be famous or successful at this age, and it actually came true. So, but then you also on the other hand hear stories, of people getting told they're going to die at a certain age, and obviously that is not good. But nevertheless, I still do want to go and see one of these kind of specialists, if you will, and kind of understand what's up, because I would like to know the answers for this kind of stuff. And some people think, like this whole kind of commentary has been about, that'd be boring if you had all your answers. But I don't know. I think it'd be better because it would put me in a direction where maybe I shouldn't be aiming for certain things that I think I'm going to be aiming for. Who knows? But this is getting a bit long. But yeah, so let me know in the comments what you think. Let me know what you would like to have the answers to. Do you think life is better with a little mystery? Let me know. But yeah, I think this is quite a good commentary. But let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you next time. So peace.